So I was just thinking about something and realized a pretty cool thing, which maybe others have already noticed it. But for those of us who haven't, like in the Scroll of Thomas, it's not in the canon of the Bible, but anyway, he says that you would have to like for like everlasting life, you would have to connect your male and female, right? Well, this is my take on it, and I could be wrong, but this is my take on it. Like, I grew up hearing that we have a logical side of the brain and then a more emotional side of the brain. And on me, anyways, like I can actually switch them up, and y'all humans can actually switch them up. You can like literally reverse them, and this is just a side point actually, but you can literally reverse your male and female, especially if you're in a state of survival instead of thrival. You literally can reverse them for to go further as far as trying to make it if you're in a strictly survival state. Or not. I mean, either way. But even if it's not survival state. But like there's the logical side of the brain, which is the left side, and then the right side is usually the emotional side. Of course, you can switch them up, as I have said. And like it goes down to like, you know, the snake that rappels up the tree, which is your spine, your Christ consciousness, right? So your energies rappel up your tree and they end up on your forehead like the Egyptian snake on the forehead. Some people go through like times whenever the snakes end up in the eyeballs. This is also a survival mode. This is not thrival. The best is when the snake ends up on the top of the forehead, like with the Egyptian representation. And that's where your flow of energy must tap out of, right? Like that's where it stands from. Like what I mean, you know what I mean. Anyway, I don't have the right words for it, but um, but the way to connect your male and female is with these energies that go flowing up your spine, up your Christ consciousness. They have to, because you know, like your left brain affects like your right side, and your right brain affects your left side of the body. Well, if you can connect those two by making peace with your emotions, that's how you do it. You make peace with your emotions. You go into every little dark spot in life, and you make peace with your emotions and memories and everything, and you make peace with your brainwashing. You have to rewrite your brainwashing, rethink what things are, what things mean. But you don't just create your own world. You have to have truth as a basis. And I don't mean truth as in like the way some sort of a religious cult would call it truth. No, religion has no truth in it. I mean, it has like enough truth in there to like trick people, but you find truth by trusting yourself and trusting your intuition and your and wisdom. And basically, and this is kind of like a what I've said so far is what I understand to be true, and the part that I'm not so sure about, which I think I have a good feeling about it, but I could be wrong about it, is like the snakes that coil up, the flow of energy, in other words. Like, I think I believe that your right brain affects portions of your left body, and your left brain affects portions of your right body. Because the snakes are coiling to and fro. They're going zigzag, zigzag, like they're rappelling up and around, right? So that's literally how you become one. Your male and your female becomes one by making peace with every one of your emotions in the appropriate directions that the snakes go. And a way to gauge if you've achieved it or not is like literally writing down and agreeing with yourself what you wholeheartedly believe in, what you wholeheartedly agree with. So if there's like something that you don't quite agree with in your deep thoughts, then there's an inconsistency there. And that shows that you have to find an agreement. And of course, truth has to lead the way. But yeah, you find agreement within your own body, within your own mind on what you feel is to be intuitively true. And if you wholeheartedly can agree with something, not that you should be in a rush to wholeheartedly agree with something, you should really examine things. Because it's actually pretty tough for some people, and probably for most people, to go from one belief system to the next, to the next, to the next. It's pretty tough on the health and the body. If you put your whole heart into the first thing, then the next thing, then the next thing. Like if you put all your wholehearted beliefs into everything, it's going to be hard on you. But yeah, so that's how you connect the male and the female. You make peace with the snakes. The snakes show you the pain, and you observe the pain, and you deal with the pain, the trauma, and you release it after you've come to a wholehearted conclusion about it. And if you can't release it, that means there's another hang-up. As long as you can't release something, there's a hang-up, and you have to look at that hang-up. Like people want to go around saying, oh, that person's just crazy. Oh, they're just crazy. These people are not enlightened. The people that say that are just not enlightened. It's just a matter of making peace within yourself to connect your DNA. Like your DNA has to be connected. The male with the female. And then once you've made full peace, then it's like you become as one. You become as one instead of double-minded. Instead of double-minded. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with y'all. Hope that this makes sense and that you guys can put it into practice. And y'all have a good day.